Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And boycotting Hogwarts Legacy is going to do absolutely nothing except sell more copies of Hogwarts Legacy.
Right.
So we're going to talk about this because now we have more people coming out and saying that you should boycott Hogwarts Legacy, including some Twitch streamers. And, you know, look, I am not kidding. I said that this thing was going to kick off a Gamergate type scenario, and we've even got Brianna Wu, you know, weighing in on the situation. And if you're a good person, you will not touch this game. We're going to talk about it because it's already selling like gangbusters, and it's going to continue to sell very well the more people talk about it. In fact, if journalists and Twitter had left it alone, it probably would have come out and been like, oh, there's a Harry Potter game out. Huh.
Okay, yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. But now, since they've turned it into an object of the culture war, it's people.
Gamergate 2.0.
Gamergate 2.0. People have literally gotten fired over this game. We talked about one of the voice actors getting dogpiled for associating with this game 3 years ago. We talked about Troy Levitt getting pushed out of the industry because he worked on this game. We talked about Limited Run Games firing their community manager over it. Now, if you stream it, you're a bad person. It's a bad look and whatever, but people are still buying the game. So let's talk about all this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 287, almost 288,000 subs. Thank you so much for the support. We've been covering Hogwarts Legacy, not because we personally are super excited about the game. In fact, I was not aware of it until everybody started having a conniption fit about it. But it is one of those things that's going to be, you know, Last Jedi, Gamergate, whatever, incredibly polarizing, simply because J.K. Rowling created the world of Harry Potter, and according to Games Journos, she should no longer exist. She should be homeless in a cardboard box. She's an awful person.
Oh, wait, that's being nice. Shouldn't she be just flat out dead at this point, the way they act?
Some people, look, there were some comic book people joking about a convention in the UK that they're like, boy, it'd be a real shame if the hotel caught on fire. I'm like, holy crap. So here's the thing, right? I can't tell people what they can and can't do with their own money. In fact, I was railing against limited run games, so I can't tell you not to boycott anything. That being said, I can tell you that the attempt at boycotting this game has led to the game selling much, much, much better.
Right. And if you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. But you don't really have the right to tell everybody else they can't buy it either. Yeah,
so just to show you on Steam, it's still number 2. It's behind Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Which is free.
Which is free. And as of yesterday, it's the number 1 selling game on Steam and PS5 and number 2 on Xbox. Paul Tassi from Forbes said it's absolutely unbelievable how this game is selling. They said it's retained its top spot as the best-selling game on Steam. CSGO is higher in revenue, but it's a free-to-play title.
That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of free-to-play. So.
Yeah, Hogwarts Legacy is listed on Amazon as the top-selling game on PS5 right now, ahead of the Dead Space remake, out in 11 days, and Sonic Frontiers. Hogwarts Legacy is listed on Amazon as the number 2 on Xbox, behind Modern Warfare 2. So, you know, this is not going the way they expect it to. In fact, Tassi says, as ever, I will mention this is all happening in the wake of an extremely heated culture war in which a line in the sand has been drawn by many online who claim that purchasing Hogwarts Legacy puts money in J.K. Rowling's pocket, who has repeatedly espoused her anti-trans views in the last few years. Conversely, there are spite buyers who claim the controversy will only help the game sell more copies. I don't think that's happening.
I disagree.
There are people who said that they have had zero interest in this game. They don't care about Harry Potter, but they're buying this one. Well, I don't think it's happening. It's clear that Hogwarts Legacy is going to be a huge seller no matter what controversies may be attached to it. The vast majority of the potential player base is unaware.
Yeah! I wonder who's been saying that for a while.
Yep. They're unaware or whatever. So here's the thing, right? You're only driving sales up. We had a couple of Twitch streamers out there, Freddles from Fred Streams, saying that you need to stop buying this game. If you support this game in any way, you're a horrible person. This is Emily, I guess it's his co-host. You know, they're basically saying if you boycott the game, there's no financial incentive for companies to make any more. But I'm sorry, it's already selling very well.
In this case, it's already that ship has sailed. Or I agree that you want to, you want to show them with your wallet. And if you feel that strongly about it, then by all means, do not buy it. I get your point. But how come it's okay when they do it, but when people didn't want to back Star Wars, whatever, vote with your wallet, they were horrible people and needed to give it. You need to watch it first.
You need to watch it and give it a chance.
You need to go watch it once and give it a chance. Then you can talk about it.
But this one, you're supposed to ban it sight unseen. You're supposed to just take the word, she's an awful person, don't give her money. Here's another Twitch streamer, Will Overgaard. I think it's Viking. I can't remember his name on Twitch, but he puts out a video. Please don't buy it. She's transphobic. If you're a good person, you won't do it, whatever. And I'm here to tell you that she is making more money off of butterbeer sales in Universal theme parks than she's going to make off this game. Mm-hmm. Okay. But I am not hearing the outrage over Wizarding World and Universal. In fact, they're going to double down on it. They're building a Ministry of Magic.
Well, there was one thing that was funny. There was a girl who worked at who was part of the Harry Potter cast at Wizarding World. Yeah. She was one of the ones that had the frog book things that were the interactive, entertainers, telling people not to buy the game because it literally is hurting her friends.
But she's working at Universal.
Well, I don't know if she is now, but she did.
Okay. Well, Universal needs Wizarding World. It's the biggest draw there until Nintendo comes. But for now, it's the biggest draw there. And she's making a shit ton of money. In fact, this is a Cosmo article. I'm trying to figure out exactly how much she's making off of Wizarding World, and I can't find a more recent dollar amount, or I couldn't find one. But in 2020, she made $60 million. In 2020, when the parks, and they're like, well, that's down from the previous year. I'm like, yeah, because we had a pandemic and Universal was closed for several months and it had limited attendance. I can tell you, as someone who just went to Universal not too long ago, lines around the block for butterbeer, and her contract, she makes money off of every single beverage sold. Okay, and they sell a lot of it, and a lot of merchandise and everything else. Plus, she gets a flat fee every year. They're building a Ministry of Magic in Epic Universe. As far as I know, that
was the rumor.
Yeah, they're still going forward with that. HBO doubled down on her. They said,
they're going to do more shows and more content.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is Hogwarts Legacy is a drop in the bucket compared to all her other revenue sources, but it's the only one that gaming journalists and gaming activists, people, activists in the gaming community can attempt to control.
That's what I said, because that's what they can have a control over.
Yes.
Yes, that's what the whole thing's about. It's about control. It was interesting because I was going to mention this too. Yeah, that you said about Brianna Wu, we talked about Gamergate 2.0. I saw Lorena Creole had posted this. She said, my position on Hogwarts Legacy is clear. I'm boycotting it. I think if you care about trans people, you should too. But in what should not be a surprise to anyone, most gamers don't care about trans dignity as a sacrifice for them. By all accounts, it'll sell very well. Here's the thing, Brianna. I know for a fact there's a bunch of trans people who are buying this game. People have come and told us this. People we know, people that are friends of ours, are buying this game.
Yes.
What I also have heard from some of these people is that they're buying the game, but they have to keep it quiet because if their friends circle finds out they bought the game, they're going to be ostracized, they're going to be harassed, they're going to be bullied for buying the game. Because don't you know, trans people only have agency when it benefits what you want to hear. And there's a lot of trans people who don't like the game, and that's cool. You don't have to. I mean, I get it. But there's a lot of people that are trans, identify as trans, that do want to buy the game, and they're actually afraid of their friends for what they're going to face, and of these friends, some of the, including non-trans people, and so I guess they don't care about their own dignity. Then
this guy here, this is what scares me, and I said this before. Again, we have multiple Twitch streamers coming out and saying, please don't support the game. Okay, that's fine. Everybody has a right to spend their money the way they want.
Right, that's where I'm at. If you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. If you do, you do. I mean, there you go.
But this guy is like, don't stream it. You're giving your money. Don't whatever. And I am wondering if enough Twitch streamers put pressure on Twitch, if they would turn around and be like, yeah, we're not going to allow streaming of Hogwarts Legacy because it makes some people feel bad. But we're going to turn around, and Twitch is owned by Amazon. We're going to turn around and take the sales on Amazon for Hogwarts Legacy.
Right,
we're going to sell the Harry Potter books on Amazon. That's okay. And by God, if we could get the rights for a Harry Potter series from Warner Brothers, we would certainly do that.
But here's the thing. It's like, are they though? Because if it pushes their sales for Twitch reviews, are they going to just, because a few streamers are mad about it?
I don't know. They're already, look, I mean, how ridiculous this situation has gotten is they're already banning discussion of it from several Reddit subforums. That's nothing because Reddit's a stupid place anyway. There are some gaming sites that said they refuse to cover it. They're not going to review it. Every other article about this game, they can never just talk about the game. They can never talk about the sales. They always have to tie it to, well, did you know J.K. Rowling's transphobic? Now, you don't see that with the theme parks. You don't see it with the stuff that actually makes the big money. Like, hey, there's a new ride coming to Harry Potter. Did we mention that J.K. Rowling's a transphobe, and if you buy a butterbeer, it's going to kill people? You don't see that.
Oh, I love how they loved her until, because she made Dumbledore, gay after the fact and everything else, and it's such a joke that, like, even Andy Stevenson made the comment, it was not going to be like a Harry Potter situation, where we change things after the fact.
Yeah,
it's a running joke about that.
Oh God, I got in so much trouble
for saying the same thing.
I said when that happened. Okay, so I'm not.
No, go ahead, go for it.
I went out to there were a couple like geek blogs out there, and I put in the comments, I'm like, hey, yeah, okay, cool, Dumbledore's gay. Where is that in the books exactly? Because everybody's like praising this as being like this big gay moment, and I'm like, if it wasn't in the books, it doesn't really count because it wasn't in the books, right?
It's just like an attempted attention.
Yeah, and it was a year or two after the fact, and she said it offhandedly. Somebody asked her, were Dumbledore and McGonagall like a thing? I think is what happened, or who was he dating? And she's like, well, I kind of always sort of thought of him as gay. And that's all she said. And that's what? He's canonically gay?
And then, so from that, she was beloved, and she was like raised up on a pedestal, all kinds of awards and all this other crap for that. And then as soon as she says things like, menstruating person, you mean like a woman? Oh, shit. And it's like, how dare you?
How dare you? Yeah. And I remember saying, hey, I don't think this is a win. And I got so much crap in the comments. They're like, you're a bigot. You're a homophobe. You hate. And I'm like, no, I'm just saying if I were looking for a character to represent me, I would want it to actually be out in the open, like he's openly canonically gay. She waited until like 2 years after the last book was written and said, yeah, as an afterthought, like, yeah, I kind of sort of thought he was
They did it. They added to the Fantastic Beasts series, but
easily cut out, by the way. They put a line in there that they could cut out.
Which I think they did for China.
Yes.
So, it's the whole situation, the whole way around, the rise and fall, the praise and the shame is all actually kind of funny when you think about it.
Oh God. Yeah, it's not going to do anything but sell more copies, right? And again, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money.
If you don't want to spend your money, you don't want to buy it because you feel strongly about it, then by all means don't. That's your choice.
But the more people try to cancel this game, the more drama is kicked up around this game. And it's starting to ramp up. I mean, exponentially. Look at what's happened just in the last 2 or 3 weeks. People getting fired over the game, with voice actors being attacked over the game. God, wait till the game comes out. Somebody beats it, the end credits roll, and somebody's making a list of all the people that worked on this game. Like, I'm going to go to their house.
I guarantee there'll be a list. Here's the people to cancel because they worked on this game.
Yes. Oh, I can 100% guarantee it's going to be like, oh, I didn't know that Susan, I didn't think you were a transphobe, but I saw that you were an intern on this game, Susan, so I can't be your friend anymore. And everybody needs to know how awful Susan is.
Because the game has nothing to do with, J.K. Rowling making up Harry Potter, but, the people that worked in this game have nothing to do with what she tweeted. It's a job, that's their job, they're hired to do it, they work for a studio. It has nothing to do with stuff she tweeted. Now, I always agree with stuff J.K. Rowling posts. I think sometimes she goes way too far. I think sometimes she just should stop tweeting. But I also think that the response to this game has been way over the top.
It's been disproportionate. And again, I guess my whole thing, which I don't understand, this is, again, we cover theme parks and we cover other stuff other than gaming. The people that are trying to cancel her are only looking at the video games. They're not looking at where most of her money actually comes from. It's like, you didn't cut the head off a Hydra. You stubbed its toe.
Right. Yeah.
This game could fail and it's no skin off of her nose.
First of all, it's not failing because their way they're behaving, it's like pushed it way far. If they just not done that, that wouldn't have happened. The sales are through the roof, and I guarantee you, a lot of it's because people are excited, but a lot of it has to do with the way people are presenting it. People are doing it to spite you. People are buying. I bought 3 copies. I bought 2. Just to spite you. And then, at the end of the day, she doesn't get paid very much. She gets a licensing fee on this, but it's not like what she gets paid on other things.
No. I think her game royalties probably are significantly less than movies and theme parks. I know she's got like a ridiculous theme park deal. That is the bulk of her money right now, comes from the theme parks. She's still selling books. Actually, there was an uptick in Potter sales because of the controversy. Again, people were going out and buying Potter again. Again, people who grew up reading Harry Potter are old enough to have kids now, so they're going to go buy the books for their kids.
Most people aren't even aware of it, or they're doing it to spite you.
They're doing, yes, and that's it. This is what I'm saying. Like, this is, again, we use the term boycott before, which I don't know where I picked that. I've heard that before, which is people are going to buy more of something, not because they particularly like the something, but because it pisses you off.
Did you hear about the thing? I think RK Outpost had mentioned it about this one person is taking books that are Harry Potter books, and they are taking her name off the books. You can buy it from them. It's like 140 pounds for one book, or 1,000 pounds for all of them, or you can send your books to them. So basically, wouldn't that be copyright infringing? Because you're removing the author's name from the books. So don't you know that it's okay to not credit the author or artist on something if you don't like them politically? You could just take it and is this their version of communism?
Yes.
So, socialism.
Yes,
we all own it. It all belongs to us.
I've literally heard I've read people say that Harry Potter belongs to all of us now, not to her, because we like it. But isn't that the same?
I licked it, it's mine.
Isn't that the same attitude that you chastised a couple of years ago? Well, Star Wars doesn't belong to you.
Yes.
It belongs to Disney.
She-Ra doesn't belong to the old fans. It belongs to the new fans and the people who agree with the new direction. Problematic.
Do you own She-Ra? Is your name Mattel? Is your name DreamWorks? You don't own She-Ra. You have no right to complain. Well, you don't own Harry Potter. You have no right to complain. Just don't buy it if you don't want to. Anyway, I think this was interesting. Just kind of wrap up here. Somebody sent me this. Tier Gunstar said that of all the stuff they're getting upset about, like Amazon treats workers like slaves, Nestle steals water from impoverished nations, Starbucks engages in blatant union busting, Apple and Nike and a shitload of other companies use brutal sweatshop labor in the third world, and meanwhile, don't buy the Harry Potter game because tweets.
Right.
Yeah, it's very disproportionate.
It is true.
So anyway, we're going to wrap this up.
Yep, that's a valid point. That's a very good point.
Yep.
Yes.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.